Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the National Intel Report. I'm your host, John Statmiller, and we're here with you on a special edition of the National Intel Report. If it's Tuesday, it's the Three Amigos Day. It's it's the 21st of April, folks. I almost said March, wishing your life away, 2009. I had a lot of requests for this, so I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to give you the particulars on it. I've been getting a lot of emails. I haven't heard anybody else playing this thing, and that's the takeoff on Tennessee Ernie Ford's song, 16 Tons. It's only 2 minutes, so bear with me. Get that in real quick, and I'll give you the particulars on it. It's actually JimGossett.com, G-O-S-S-E-T-T. That's the guy that did it. The National Black Republican Association is the people that produced it. I love it. www.nbra.info is their website. So here it is, folks. I just love this thing. It just says it all about Mr. Obama. By the way, Jeff Rentz is now on the network from 12 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's his refeed immediately following his live broadcast, 9 to midnight. So here it is.
Obama got elected, now there is no end to Democrats who want to tax and spend us into bankruptcy with a tax cheat running our treasury. You spend $2 trillion, what do you get? No recovery, but deeper in debt. St. Peter better call me, for it's too late. I owe my soul to the welfare state. Obama is a leftist, this he can't deny. Govern from the center was a great big lie. Karl Marx's manifesto is his playbook, and you and me soon will be on the hook. You're spending $2 trillion in unsecured cash. Soon the dollar will be pure trash. Our bondholders we have to appease. We owe our soul to the red Chinese. Obama and his people are making a mess. Bernanke's fired up the printing press, printing money that don't exist. No wonder America is getting peeved. You spend $2 trillion, they ain't done yet. Obama and Pelosi piling up the debt. I work hard for my money, this I don't deserve. We owe our souls to the Federal Reserve.
Smooth there, guy. Smooth. 16 Tons. That was the original song. And again, that's Jim Gossett, GOSSETT.com. I haven't heard this song played outside of this network, and it's a gas. Good takeoff. Kind of a parody. The Tres Amigos. Bob Chapman, Robbie Noel, John Statmiller. Oh, that's me. We'll be right back. Wait and see.
Get ready for Real Talk Radio. You're listening to the National Intel Report with your host, John Statmiller.
16 tons, and what do you get? Another day deeper in debt. Yeah. Hey, Mortgage Fraud Examiners just joined us on the network, an advertiser. I had this guy on before. And if you want to find out if there's mortgage fraud, are you considering loan modification, facing foreclosure? Go to mortgagefraudexaminers.com. You may be able to stay in your palace, well, your house, for a while longer, maybe even forever. But you need to talk to these people, seriously. 800-540-3926. I have Bob Chapman. Are you there, sir?
No, I am not.
Is this live?
I am an apparition.
Is this live or is this Memorex? Robbie Noel. Calling Mr. Noel.
Did I hear him bark?
I don't know what he does in the privacy of his own home. I'm afraid to ask. Hello, Robbie.
How you doing, guys?
Pretty good.
Hey, things are looking up, guys. You've been watching the financial news. You've been reading the stories. Geithner just come out, guys, and he said, you know what? It seems that the banks themselves have enough capital than needed. They have more than needed.
Well, you know why?
Pray tell.
They changed the rules. No more mark-to-market. They mark-to-model. When you mark-to-market, you mark a security that you have in your portfolio to the last trade that occurred in that security at a certain time when you're going to declare that value. So if you owned a GM bond that you paid $1,000 for, and the last trade in the GM bond was $600, well, you would mark to market at $600 with a $400 loss. Now they're not doing that because the FASB changed the rules again back to what they used to be before, mark to model, also known as mark to myth, make believe like. And now the banks can say what they think that the security is worth if it's not actively traded, or if it's not traded at all. And so if General Motors bonds were not being traded, they could say it was worth 90 or 95 or 100 cents on the dollar. And so what they've done is they've created a great fallacy, and they are marking their assets to whatever they feel like. It's sort of an Alice in Wonderland thing. And that's why they have enough money, because their balance sheets are showing securities that are totally illiquid. They're carrying them at 90 or 80 or 70 cents, and they're worth 25 or 20 or 15 or 12 cents. And there the mystery is over. The crooks have been exposed. That's exactly what they're doing. And that meatball gets on there and tells us, oh, they got plenty of money. It's okay. They don't need any more.
And quoting him directly, currently the vast majority of banks have far more capital than they need to be considered well capitalized by the regulators. And he says, he added that there will be a series of options for lenders deemed to need additional money at the conclusion of these tests. Now, the tests that they're talking about, and Bob, I want you to address this, because these are the financial stress tests. That they wouldn't tell anybody who was in trouble, who they were performing them on, and assuming...
And they still haven't.
Yeah, and they won't either, will they?
No, I see our dear old friend Hal Turner come out and said that he saw a secret report that said that 16 of the 19 large banks were bankrupt.
You know what the banks are actually doing? And this came out in the San Francisco Chronicle, is what the banks are doing is they are not putting the foreclosed homes onto the market. In other words, what they're doing, the banks are sitting on hundreds of thousands of foreclosed homes, and they are not being resold or listed for sale. The banks are actually paying the mortgages on these foreclosed homes in order to keep them from having to put them on the market at distressed prices.
That's correct. We had it in the International Forecaster a buck and a half ago. And I mentioned it again in this past issue. And that's correct. They have about one-third more homes that have been foreclosed that are not on the market.
They
and 60% of the sales are in bank foreclosures, and of the 40% that's left, half of them, 50% of that 40% or 20% of the whole are short sales.
And I think we're all reading from the same...
So in reality, 20% are real sales to the market, so to speak.
I think we're reading off the same song page. Are we quoting Mike Whitney here from Global Research?
Sure.
That's what I figured.
No, I'm not. I dug those figures out myself. Although I tomorrow am carrying Mike Whitney's article. But we came out before in the last issue with that information.
Well, and to be added here, 5 million more, I should say, more million, it doesn't matter, foreclosures between now and 2011.
The interesting thing about the Mike Whitney article is he quotes a number of $4 trillion, which is exactly the same number that the IMF came up with that is warned about the potential losses.
Shut up.
Say that again, Bob? Bob? Bob?